Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for the Pool of Tribute. This is the first story mode primal encounter in Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, and offers some of the coolest boss music I've ever heard. My name is Ms. Tech, and I'll be your primal guide. Tanks and healers will need to watch out for ASSAIL throughout the encounter. This is a heavy-hitting tank smack with no telegraph, but it happens on a set rotation. Be ready with heals and cooldowns. RASEN KAIKYO will place large AoE circles underneath random players that deal high damage and place lightning resist debuffs on players standing in them. Move away from these as necessary. Next up, a player will be marked with this orange marker. The affected player will be knocked away and then targeted with this stack-up marker. As soon as you're punted away, make sure to run back in so the rest of the raid can stack on you. Periodically, a dark cloud will spawn around the outside of the room. This will target a player with a large column AoE for high damage and a paralyzed debuff. All players should move out of this as necessary. Anytime Susanoo emotes the seas part for we alone, players marked with this orange marker will also be targeted for this platform-wide AoE with a very thin safe zone. This forms in a straight line from them through the boss. Players will need to move into the safe zone immediately or they'll suffer from damage, a knockup, and lightning vulnerability debuff. All of these mechanics can also happen together. The marked player can be pushed back while the slim AoE safe zone forms, and they'll need to run back in to stack with everyone else to share the damage. This may seem overwhelming at first, but taken one step at a time, it's a fairly easy thing to handle. More than one dark cloud can also spawn. These clouds will all target the same player, creating large AoE columns that dissect the platform. If you notice the clouds are targeting you, you can bait the AoE from the group to give people lots of room to escape. Eventually, Susanoo will disappear and the next phase will begin. One tank will click on the blade's shadow to keep him from destroying the raid. They'll need to spam click the button or spam E to keep the blade back. The off tank will run around and pop the shock orbs before they reach the group, while everyone else destroys the blade. There's a lot of AoE and tank damage in this phase, so healers beware. This order of events will happen twice before Susanoo casts his ultimate. As long as you destroy the blade, you'll survive it without any losses. Oh, and stay out of the middle during this time, in case the scary red glowing telegraph of death wasn't obvious. Susanoo will then reappear and the fight continues. Storm Splitter is a heavy-hitting tank buster, and tanks will need to be ready with appropriate cooldowns. The damage is not shared and will hit anyone standing in front of the boss. If you run out of cooldowns, you can swap with your co-tank, but this isn't entirely necessary at this difficulty. Anytime you hear Susanoo emote Earth and Stone at our beck and call, a player will be encased in stone with a yellow marker above it. Two other stones will also form, acting as decoys. The stones will shuffle, and the correct one must be destroyed before the sealed gate finishes casting and kills the affected player. Ukehi is a raid-wide AoE blast. Healers will need to be ready to heal through each hit. At this point, the mechanics will repeat with increased overlap. Handle each one appropriately and you'll have them down in no time. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Up next, we'll take a look at Bardam's Medal. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.